prepare for our last best of 7 on the Saturday of the Open number 6 in the European Rocket League Championship Series. The Blue Wall facing down Team Vitality. Is this the one?
Well, we're coming up on 2 years now since Vitality were last able to topple the Blue Wall. As we get into Game 1, brought to you by Progressive, James, things might be swinging the other way. KC have got their own demons to try and fight, and it's the demons that usually rear their heads at the end of seasons.
Yeah, but, you know, at the same time, KCorp, they lose one time, everybody says, oh, they're off their game. I guess that shows you how good they actually are. But this KCorp team, I think so many people still have them at number 1. This is going to be a big test for Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality, they're mentioning on the desk, 10-0. We all thought that was going to be the team to beat. The Age of Zen had come in, and then one flip and spin event later, one French LAN later, and the dynamic had changed between the two squads. As we do have Vatira straight on target. Well, that is same old, same old.
Didn't take long, did it? Crazy win on the 50. One little wall dash later, and you know, boom, ball is in your net. KCorp, they have been so dominant, but you know, Johnny Boy was talking a little bit about it. It seems like there's some narratives that seem to happen over and over again. One of them is that, you know, Monkey Moon might not have the best year, but he wins Worlds, and I think the other one is, you know, Vatira will win these majors, but that World seems just out of reach.
Monkey Moon can qualify from Raleigh, go out second to last, and claim, well, I still did worse during the first Dallas season and won a World Championship. So, yeah,
they lost the OCE, you know, it's in London.
There's nothing
still
that anyone could do or say that wouldn't make some people just blindly believe it's going to happen.
Wow.
But right now, the proof is right in front of your eyes. KC are in true control.
And look at that, dusts Monkey Moon, pinches perfectly, too hard for Exotic to even get a hand on. Perfect pinch pass, easy goal there for Drawley, and this is it's looking pretty routine right now for KCorp.
Yeah, we're over a minute in. Vitality combined for 108 points between all three of them. In fact, no, only just below Atta, who was on 16. He's up to 28. It's been the Vatira and Drawley show to this point. Drawley back in! Okay! Pick that one out!
Zen respawn just in time to get printed on the poster. Drawley, that angle was preposterous.
It was my one complaint 2 weeks ago, that Drawley was not at his usual level. It might have been the difference maker between them beating and them losing to Dignitas. Well, Drawley is in form right now. He is lethal.
Wow, and you know, the stakes for Vitality, I mean, they've got a couple shots here, at least 2 shots to win that one series that they need to qualify for Rally. But this first game, man, this has been all KCorp. We're not even halfway through.
And very often, when we get to major events especially, you see maybe a team is popping off. You know, we've had a lot of time, especially actually between South America 1 and 2 seed, where the second seed looks like the better team throughout the event, but then they run into that team that they can never beat. There's at least one back for them. What I'm trying to make here is Vitality need a positive result at some point. They are very likely going to run into KC at some point at Worlds or Raleigh. You can't be going into that on an 11-match loss streak.
And, you know, you don't want to be too much of a doomer in this game either. They are still very much in this game as well, so perhaps this game could be the start of that result against KCorp that could also carry over into Rally, carry into Worlds, and just maybe be the start of the hot streak for Vitality.
What's the other part of Vitality that criticisms have been there for, where once it starts going wrong, who's there to pick them back up? Who's got the words of wisdom to maybe put them back into the right mental? Vatira on his way back. We've not spent enough time talking about Vatira. He's looking to change that.
Jeez.
And you know what? He's done it pretty well.
Good luck predicting what he's going to do. Perfect first touch. What's he going to do? No flip. Reset goes high. Off the ceiling. Got his jump. Is he going to shoot? No. He's going to go for the dunk. Go for the 50. And wins that so cleanly. Vatira beating the entire team.
Vatira has been finding new levels as of late. Oh, that's a big mistake, though. Exotic will be the one to capitalize. KC giving them a look, though.
Powerful pass over. Atto going all in, trying to intercept that ball. And despite this very strong start from KCorp, Vitality is doing enough. They're lingering in this game. And we have a lot of time left, even though the beginning has been quite exciting.
All over on the backboard. Drali takes his time, knew that a teammate got demoed as well to at least get the follow-up after the challenge. He's on 0 boost. Just on the flick anyway. That could have gone very wrong, but enough of a win. Monkey Moon straight out. He's got to find some good angles on those, though. Doesn't want to be just passing it straight over to the waiting midfield and see what's come of it. KC happy to just pounce on that ball. 100 seconds left here, James. And will they catch KC out one more time?
Well, there was a little bit of a mix-up rotating back, so there's some space for Vitality to work with. Monkey Moon wanted to get that by to Zen. Zen gonna cut in. Exotic, it looked like Zen might have wanted to pass to Exotic on the backboard, but Exotic rotated out of the play. However, Vitality still have a chance to keep this attack going.
Yeah, this is good pace actually at the moment from Vitality. Need to keep this up. Might need to start focusing on that defender, though. All of the success that Dignitas found 2 weeks ago came from isolating, find the bumps, find the demos. You're not going to be a static goalkeeper on KC. You've got to get something else to dislodge them.
Right when you said that, Zen did try to take out Vatira, but Vatira saw it coming, was able to dodge it. So it looks like Vitality is taking some shots, trying to swing for that, but they're the ones getting demoed right now.
It's a little bit too obvious on the rotation back. Zen with the catch. First one takes the ball quite wide, so he's got to try and recover it. Takes it low. Doesn't win the 50, however. 30 seconds. Vitality, they need something they could have really done with being the first to that ball, but Vatira clears the lines.
See what Zen does with possession. Beat the first defender cleanly. There's the flip reset. Couldn't get a bump or a pass. Monkey Moon got that down to Exotic, but you see Exotic had no boost to go fast on that play, and all this time is melting off.
Just had to try and force the play for a little while.
Wins.
Yeah, there's a bit of a debt to be paid at this point. For Drali to fully commit. I'm sure he would have if this was any other situation.
Yeah.
Zen will at least get one for the road. Nope, not even that. 4-2. KC with a little bit more of a shaky.
Deal with when it comes to players. So
Anyway,
no, let's not do that.
They're unretiring. We need him back.
Well, we'd have to talk for a while about the Batmobile hitbox to maybe try to get him back. We don't have enough time for that, Shogun.
We certainly don't. Vitality, not enough time to really start putting that pressure on for the season to reestablish themselves as that top-tier team. Everything that can be done. Nice from them. Drali back up, reset, and immediately met on the challenge. Exotic, try to fake it that he might have tried to reset the first touch. Didn't really commit for it, but that's a great challenge. Monkey Moon invites Zen, and Drali had to be aware of it.
So has low boost as well, still gets a nice clear. And there's a demo. What you were saying, Vitality needs to find those back line demos. Now we see a pair of demos from KCorp. Zen, huge boom downfield, so that will get some breathing room. But the demo's landing early for KCorp.
Yeah, Zen probably saw the demos, got a little bit worried, and then the ball landed in the perfect spot for him. More and more demos. All right, well, we've seen this before. KC ramping it up. All the players are getting eliminated. And if you are Vitality, here is where the pace has got to go up. Because if you're not, you are going to be a sitting target.
Have to pick up the pace. They had a little bit of a window to pick up the pace after the team bump from Drali on Atto, but KCorp hasn't missed a step. Drali is going to try to get the second touch. Doesn't get it. Now it'll be a free shot, and Tira bails him out. Rare mistouch there, but there's the demo on the back line. Can Vitality get a shot quick? No, Drali on the low boost will still be able to clear it out. Double demo for Vatira.
Well, I haven't actually seen that part of our graphics package, but that was the first one for us. It is fireworks all over the place. My one worry here is KC didn't necessarily have to be this physical in the last game to get things rolling for themselves and to get the win. Are they sort of reminding Vitality of what the playstyle might actually have to be, what Dignitas had to do to beat them?
You know, that's a good question. But, you know, also, KCorp is a team that is not going to let other teams do whatever they want. They want to be the ones forcing teams to react. So you see this switch up in play style. I don't hate it from KCorp, although we did see an amazing start for them in game 1. And it is even in game 2 right now.
Good challenge again from Atto. He was pretty quiet in the last game. Didn't really make too much of a difference. Zen backboard. Has to just play it into the corner and avoid any sort of difficult angles. Infield, no one available. Rare miscue there from KC, but they're still holding on to this midfield. Been reasonably dominant in that regard. And Vatira happy to see that. Didn't have too much power on it and he can get back.
Atto tried to slow it down, got dunked. Vatira tried to slow it down. Also almost paid the price. Vitality, they're hanging in there. Despite getting demoed a billion times, we've still got a tie ball game. Vatira, though, has been a menace, landing all those demos. I wish I had the total count right now. It's got to be up there.
I haven't opened up my software, so I actually can't give you a...
Me either. I was hoping you had it.
We'll get that done. Well, maybe a timeout call. We'll get onto that one immediately. Vatira back to the wall. Monkey Moon straight into the path of Atto. Backboard. Who's next? Oh, it's a scuffed hit from Drali.
Still, it's dangerous. You see Vitality low boost. Zen finally getting that corner. Strong challenge as well. Monkey Moon looking to get it back to Zen. Off the ceiling and down. Exotic just a step slow and too far out of the play to take that shot. We see that multiple times now where Exotic is the third man, has to be the one to take the shot, but the low boost costing him, really forcing him too far out of the play.
This is one of those situations when I sit on Exotic's camera. Zen gets it quite the dunk, tries to follow. Exotic as third man, he positions himself like he's expecting it to go horribly wrong. It has gone horribly wrong. Atto makes it 1-0.
I didn't see Exotic as third man. That's right, because he got demoed at the midfield by Vatira. Eventually, it pays off. This game has been all demos. The theme has been demos by Vatira. And that has got to be pretty tilting as well. We saw a pretty crazy demo performance. I don't know if you saw it in North America, but KCorp, generational demo performance in that playing against the Ultimates, completely tilted them off the face of the earth. And it looks to be something Vatira is implementing it in this game as well.
Well, it's the perfect matchup right now for KC. It's a team that loves to demo third man versus the team that does not feel comfortable with their third man. That is number one step if Vitality are going to make anything of this. Right now, they keep getting caught. They're trying to force it, but unfortunately, they're getting caught on the counterattack every time.
Exotic didn't get demoed this time, but still got punted, bumped out as third man. Cannot get comfortable, is not comfortable. Is quite miserable, honestly, with how it's been going. And then you see both players leave the kickoff for KCorp. KCorp appears to be testing out strategies. That's what it looks like.
Well, they've always got something, especially when it comes to kickoffs that they can go back to. I think GK are the only team that really match them when it comes to kickoff variety, as that one is going to drop down. Well, they've done it 10 times before. Instead, new protagonists might be taking their spot. What has those 2 minutes resulted in? Let's go and find out.
Another kickoff strat here, and it's looking perfect. Vatira's off the ceiling. Off the bar! We needed that! That would have been the perfect Telestrator play because that went as perfectly as it could off the kickoff.
Oh, that managed to just revitalize or just vibrate the entire map.
I felt that crossbar clang in my soul.
Now Zen looking back ball. He actually might get there, and Vatira knew he couldn't get the ball clean, but he knew he could get the ball, and that was the key part.
KCorp right back on the attack. Oh, Drali got bumped, so he's going to be a little slow. And Monkey Moon's going for the play himself.
Oh my
That
goodness.
One saved off the bar by Vatira. Heck of an effort by Monkey Moon.
Yeah, better result than Vatira got last time he had that save as well. That was a miracle save he got against Dignitas that still unfortunately bounced away from him. Zen on the goal line. This is better though from Vitality. They've got to keep moving. They cannot afford anyone to be static at any moment. Once they are, that's where the issues have turned up. Zen goes early, has to try and jump over a bump. That one goes without saying at this point. Exotic with Monkey Moon under pressure. Now the rotation is broken down, and okay, well, that's certainly a way to get rid of it.
Losing that battle at the midfield despite KCorp having low boost. Monkey Moon did a great job of stealing that corner boost. But KCorp, even when they're low, managed to get those clears in critical moments.
Exotic passed a few. Zen's on his way in and off the wall as well. Bit of time to work with. Drali against him. They've got line and just straight in towards the path of Vatira. Or are they coming from the early challenge as well? Just limited Zen's options.
Drali trying to limit that option, but that is a big loss. Zen makes the read. The ball is floating over his shoulder. It's a very tight window for him to be able to score this ball. That's such an awkward read. He actually had to take ball cam off for a split second to even see where he was.
That was exactly what Vitality needed. Now Atto off the kickoff. KC by far having the better of these kickoff results. And in comes Drali. Monkey Moon got hit, so Zen had to cover for him.
Oh, there's a bump as well.
Zen's got no boost though. Neither's Vatira, but he still gets there in time.
Vatira opts to get the corner boost, trusting his last man. Drali gets demoed, but bumped Zen off the play. Lots of boost for Vitality. Another good opportunity shaping up.
This is the best they've done so far. Vitality trying to mix up their rotation a little bit, not play quite as paint by numbers. Zen again, 0 boost. I think he's on full ball chase mode now. Exotic, 32 to his name. Goes early. They were expecting the pre-flip. Or the flip reset. Monkey Moon off the wall. And this is where the breakdowns come. Drali's got demos. Atto, reset. Exotic meets him. And they've got rid of it.
Monkey Moon getting 50'd hard there. Drali chips it towards net. Panic clears straight up the gut. Atto pops it high, tries to make things awkward for Monkey Moon, who puts it downfield. And that will allow Vitality to reassemble.
Exotic determined to challenge as early as possible. Drali's opened up the hookshot angle. Zen's on 0. Exotic's got to go, almost sniped. What position will KC not go for a bump from? Oh, Zen's still on 0. He can't get any boost. He needs to keep saving the ball.
Wow, that was a scary moment for Vitality. Zen, I don't know if Zen was really expecting to have to go, but Monkey Moon didn't make contact on the ball. Everyone was low for Vitality. Excellent job keeping that out of their net.
Exotic almost got taken out as well. KC are heat-seeking at this, but there's another one on Monkey Moon. I mean, the only way you deal with this is doing it back. That's the only way. If you either hit or get hit. Back into the midfield, straight down into the path of Vatira, but that's a good outplay from Zen. Went too fast, and Exotic capitalizes.
And you saw it, that beat by Zen. Zen, in this isolation play, needs to get that ball up and over Vatira. If Vatira 50s that, no shot opportunity, but Zen was able to pop it high enough, and this time, Exotic, he was there ready for that shot opportunity. He was in position, had enough boost, and it spelled good things for Vitality.
Yeah, Zen's played phenomenally so far this game. Are they about to lose that? No, Monkey Moon scrambles back. Communication for Vitality has been incredible this game. They've needed to cover for each other. Exotic almost wiped out. Infield, put a little bit wide. Drali tries to back pass. Nope, just tries to back pass an entire car. Yeah, Zen just got control of it. They're starting to wise up to these positions.
You saw Zen in the perfect position to be able to handle that. Monkey Moon got the ball chipped over him, but Zen had the boost, position, everything. Zen, a stellar game. I think really making the difference in this game for Vitality, getting a goal, getting that assist over to Exotic, defensively making the stops. And now we see a team play. That one is denied. But this is what Vitality was looking for after the timeout. It looked kind of hopeless. Those first 2 games, it looked like KCorp was going to sweep. They were going to do everything that they were doing before, but no, Vitality has stopped that train.
Looked to me a lot of the times their rotation looks like a coach's dream, but the coach's dream rotation doesn't work at the highest possible level. It's got to be a bit chaotic. You've got to cut rotation. and just catch somebody out, because if it's predictable, it's not going to work.
And that's where the trust plays a factor as well, Shogun. You don't want to be predictable to the opponent, but your teammates need to be on the same page to avoid those double commits, and that's where the trust really comes in.
Well, I think that was the first time that I've seen them really play for the winning touch. You know, this challenge is going to work for us. As we do see a double commit, Zen's going to try and recover with Vatira going to take his car out. More demos coming through. As Vatira gets rid of one, wins the challenge. Doing pretty much everything at the moment is Vati. Monkey Moon with Zen in support, and Exotic's a little bit close up, so he's going to try and slow this one down.
Exotic didn't play for the pass over to Zen. Zen has to come in for the 50 here. Monkey Moon try to boom it up to Exotic, but Exotic, oh, he does get the touch. Back to Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon off the post and out. Exotic and Monkey Moon, though, that was what you need if you're Vitality. Those two playing together. Also, Exotic having the speed to win in the midfield.
Yep, they're starting to find the pace now. Drali off the wall. Reset across the face of goal. Monkey Moon had him well read. Loses his car through his troubles, but Zen's already behind him. Vitality are following each other. It's like a train of cars. You can get rid of one, we've got another.
Zen taking so much time. That was lovely from Zen. Finds Exotic in the corner. Drali, though, on the challenge. Monkey Moon tips it up, and Atto is waiting.
Oh, Atto bumped. Takes the ball away from him early. Now the...
Oh, that's disastrous!
As bad as that could have gone.
Oh, it goes horribly. Zen is trying to get back. They send two. It was a panic shot, far post. Zen actually ends up dunking Exotic and sending it into his own net. Exotic had the clear to the corner.
Well, Vitality, here's your test. Because the Vitality we know has that happen, and then they fold. Can they bounce back from it? Here comes Exotic. He's not got the boost. Monkey Moon, he's not got the boost. Zen, he's not got the position. They're on the break.
That's it.
Vatira makes it 2.
Oh my goodness. This is falling apart for Vitality. Shogun, this is a nightmare situation for them.
That's about now. But they're really being tested. Are they championship material? They've got to find some answers. Backboard, Drali goes to meet them from the in and out save. Straight to the catch. Zen looking for at least Monkey Moon. Plenty of blue cars around to stop it. And blue cars that don't even need to go to the opposite side of the field. Now they've got a 2-goal lead. They should be reasonably comfortable. Good fake, but Vatira's got it red.
Exotic tries to get the bump on Vatira. Vatira snagged that corner boost. And as bad as it may seem, and as the demos keep coming in, it's not over yet. That flick goes wide. Still plenty of time for Vitality to get into it, but it has been a devastating start. And that one also wide for Vitality. Free jump from Exotic.
Much with these shots. It's like they believe if Vatira is in this side of the field, he will save it. We need to get it as far to the wall as we can. And they're just overcooking the shots. Here comes Drali. Ground pinch. Straight into the path of Monkey Moon. Vitality have had one good look at the net. Can they get themselves another? More demos attempted here from Monkey Moon. Exotic. He's got no options right now. Where's Zen? Just waiting around behind him. Trying to just keep the ball on this side of the field.
One more goal here. That's all it would take, really, to seal this game. And it feels pretty hot. Exotic is beat by a mile. It didn't even see Atto. Vatira already up in the air. Atto will have a shot opportunity, going for a double. Monkey Moon does clear it, and it's right up to Zen. Exotic's also in position for a pass, but that's dunked out. There's a demo. The ground pitch from Drali goes wide. He actually has a wow exclamation, wow quick chat after that play in the game. So Drali definitely thinking he should have had that.
They need another one as well.
What is happening?
From villain to hero, and Monkey Moon puts an OMG into the chat as well. No one's happy, but one team is winning.
And we're all entertained. Crazy stuff. Still time for Vitality. Zen left that for Exotic, but Exotic was, again, too far out of the play.
just feels like for Vitality, there's a certain pace that once they reach it, the mistakes creep in. There's a few times where they don't want to double commit, and it actually ends up being worse for them.
And then they do double commit, and it goes horribly for them. On that last play, I don't know if it was Zen who dunked it or Exotic who shot it in. It was bang, bang, but regardless, it was a double commit. It appeared to be a savable ball, and that goes in, and that really felt like the end of the game. When that goal went in, you could just see all the wind come out of the sails of Vitality.
Well, for Vitality, I mean, that is such a deflating game for... Oh my God. Rocket League, God, give them something, please. Does that only twice?
Yeah, you know, it's time to lock in, Shogun. You know, for Vitality, there's a really good chance we'll see. Things could still go horribly wrong. They still need to get at least one series win. They're also guaranteed that tiebreaker. There's room for things to go wrong. And after watching that Gen GK, and now, oh man, off kickoff, 13 seconds in, and already you see Exotic flipping over there, Monkey Moon getting dunked. It's tragic for Vitality.
It's not the fact that Vitality are conceding. It's the fact that they're conceding like that. Like, the goals that are going against them are just such... How? Why did that just happen? We weren't outplayed. Somebody just landed on the ball.
And sometimes that's enough.
Yeah, well, you only get lucky when you're playing good. And KC, they play pretty good. Then trying to at least create something here. Vitality, they don't want to try and chase this like they did the last time. Well, that's off the post. It's happened to them quite frequently so far this series. Sato on the follow-up. He's on 0. Vitality won't know that, and instead Zen's getting harassed. They sent all 3 just to try and bundle the ball out.
That shot will be nicely defended by Vatira as well. And there's the demos coming out. There is a response demo. Exotic also messing up Vatira on his landing, but Vatira is still back in the play. Trying to set that up on a tee for Atto.
Zen has to play the ball wide, otherwise he was going to get dunked. Monkey Moon on his way in. Up comes Exotic, back down to Zen. Well, 4-way of passing play. Still not enough. End up putting it a little bit too wide.
Oh my!
Zen!
Avert your eyes!
Goals like that!
Don't watch the bounce. Zen, I think, was expecting it to bounce off the wall and more downward, but it popped right over his head, and that looks about as bad as it can look.
I don't think Zen's recovered ever since that first goal in the last game. Since then, it looks shaky. Monkey Moon.
I think this is what you classify as a tough day in the office, Shogun, for Vitality. It just hasn't been there. A few mistakes here and there, but also, like you were saying, the bounce is not seeming to go their way either.
Oh, and they've double committed, but the ball got a bit of a blue trail, and it's away from them. Atto on the counter-attack. Makes it awkward for everybody. Almost lands on Zen, who is continuously being shuffled on the way to the blue side of the field. Exotic, straight pre-jump. Pre-jump save from Atto. I think they're looking confident.
Yeah, and he has the backflip there to lock in that trajectory, locked it in his position and get that stop. Such a good save, and now wide open net.
I don't quite catch why this is. Oh, Monkey Moon got bumped. I don't think it was this. Was he bumped later in that play?
I think he was bumped later in the play. I don't know if it mattered or not.
I don't know if he's.
But he definitely he was definitely slammed in the side, T-boned by Vatira, and Shogun. I'm feeling kind of sad right now for Vitality. Oh, they do a bot kickoff and. You know, they go rock. KCorp goes paper.
No, KCorp just go bigger rock.
Yeah,
you have 2 small rocks. We have one Atto.
Right into the windshield of Vitality.
Oh, dearie me. I mean, there is very little way of getting this one back.
I mean, there's silver lining.
There's another death.
There is silver lining, Shogun.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, there's always tomorrow.
There is always tomorrow.
There is always
right
tomorrow.
now.
They still just need one more series win. This game, if they come back, would be one of the greatest things that I've ever seen. Because they're not only down 4, but the way that these four goals have gone in, that's about as devastating as a game that I've seen in recent memory.
I mean, you'd usually expect for goals for KC to be scoring at this level. You'd be saying the words flip, reset, air dribble, bump the goalkeeper on the goal line, you know, backboard, double tap. Instead, it's just been, well, we hit somebody in the midfield and the goal was open.
And the goal has been open a few times. And then every time Vitality take a shot, someone's there from KCorp to stop it.
Yeah, KC just reacts so quickly. Vatira's looking at Zen. Oh, he's got the pass. All right, that's a little bit more on the outplay side.
Well, I mean, Vatira's upfield hunting for a bump. He's chasing Zen down and says, you know what? I think I'll just score instead. So his positioning as first man is dynamic. He's not just going to bump chase, not going to just demo chase. He can hit the brakes and go for a redirect or go for a shot himself.
As a motorsports fan, that is the first time I've ever seen somebody brake checked from behind. Atto, we're going to try and just add to the misery, and it has been miserable for Vitality. GK are the team waiting for, I'm going to say, whoever loses this series. GK, after this, will be licking their lips.
Well, they're certainly going to have film to go over to know how to dismantle Vitality. If they can replicate what KCorp is doing, and there's the fake, the shot, too weak. But it has been domination by KCorp.
And it was lightning in the bottle sort of moment where all of it came together for a couple of minutes, for one game where it looked like, okay, we figured this out. We can play this style. And then one catastrophe later in game 4. They've just not found it since. It has been stardust to them. And it's been fleeting.
And a lot of it too was Zen had a spectacular game. And then, you know, in these later games, a few uncharacteristic misreads from Zen, a few mistakes from Vitality on defense. And I think on the mental side of things, it was too much for Vitality to overcome.
The ball drops down. And so do Vitality into the lower bracket. It is now 11 on the trot for KC. The blue wall looks insurmountable for the Bees. Okay.
You know, it kind of reminds me of that. It reminds me of that scene from Lord of the Rings, you know, where they got a giant ladder. They're trying to scale Helm's Deep. They get up there, and then on their way up, you know, they're